Chloe here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the short documentary film from Netflix called Heroin, which is written and directed by Elaine McMillan-Sheldon and Karen Sheldon. This documentary was filmed in 2016 and is a really moving and inspiring film following the lives of three empowering women, a judge, a fire chief, and a ministry worker, who are trying to help and make the difference on the dangerous use of heroin and the number of overdoses happening in their city. Heroin takes place in the small town of Huntington, West Virginia. The heroin use among the small community has slowly been increasing throughout the past years and has sadly reached 6 to 7 overdose incidents a day. Three women who occupy powerful roles and genuinely care about the drug problem in Huntington have decided to take initiative and are helping to make a change within this community. Jan Rader, the deputy chief of the Huntington Fire Department, is first introduced in the opening scene as a responder to a drug overdose incident in a restaurant bathroom. Unfortunately, the overdose turned out to be fatal, and Rader appears to be disappointed at the news. This documentary continues to follow Rader and the two other women, Patricia Keller and Necia Freeman, on their first-hand encounters of dealing with this opioid epidemic, as well as the people who are battling with these addictions. Our review from Josh Terry from the Deseret News is another reviewer who states, Sheldon's film is a showcase of noble women who have truly lost themselves in the service of others. I agree with Terry's statement that in this short 39-minute documentary, it greatly shows the brave actions of these women and their compassion for these addicts' roads to recovery. This documentary provides an informational and realistic overview on the crisis of increasing drug addictions and is beneficial in showing the work of these positive women who are hoping to spread awareness on how to overcome this tragic drug epidemic.
Hey everyone, I'm Isaiah, and I also have partaken in reviewing the documentary Heroin. While I really enjoyed viewing the live action scenes of these heroic women helping to change the lives of these people, I'm also going to point out some of the weaknesses this documentary could have improved upon. This documentary clearly did not point out any new issues that we're not already aware of in our society. Drug addictions are a clear common issue that we must help others to overcome. Things that I think could be improved is they should explain more the kind of services the drug court provides to help ensure that these drug users don't keep relapsing. I noticed that a fair amount of the drug users would be clean for about 3 months, then they would relapse and end up right back in drug court. The documentary could have covered more of the addicts' own stories. By doing this, we can see the struggles that these individuals face with addiction and why they choose to relapse when trying to become clean and sober. I think that if the documentary followed more of the addicts' own lives, then we as viewers can understand just how hard it is for people who are extremely addicted to drugs and why they relapse many times. Rather than discussing the severe drug epidemic this city faces and the number of overdoses and people who relapse, they can show the side that the addicts have to deal with every single day. We can understand that it's more than just someone who has drug problems, but as individuals who fight their addiction every day. Next, I will discuss the strengths this documentary has. This documentary does a great job of exploring drug use that many cities like their own face in America. I like how the documentary chooses to follow these three specific women and shows the different ways they each contribute to their city to help ensure that drug use stops being abused. The thing that stands out most for me is how they were able to correlate the title of this documentary specifically to what the women were doing to protect those who suffer from addiction. Heroin is the drug that the people are overdosing on and the drug that this city is struggling with. You can also interpret heroin as a woman hero, which is what these three women were for a lot of these people, and I like how the documentary covered the different aspects of what they do. From providing naloxone to save these people from overdosing, to giving addicts second chances in court, to even driving around giving bagged food to people on the streets. These women instilled hope into the addicts, that no matter what they face in life, there are people who care for their well-being and that they can get help from. Overall, this documentary does a great job of exploring how hard it is for these people who suffer from addiction, but also reassure that they're people just like everyone else. Once they see there are people who care, it's easier for these addicts to feel like they have a purpose and they can do good for themselves as well.
Heroin is a film that successfully discusses the issue behind drug abuse and heroin addiction and gives the audience a feeling of hope for these addicts to achieve a healthy road to recovery from this dangerous life. Although this documentary may not provide any new information on how drug abuse is a problem in this country, it still provides viewers with a strong outlook on how others in the community can take action to help improve the problem behind drug overdoses. I really appreciate how Sheldon decided to approach a different angle by following the work of Rader, the deputy chief, Keller, the judge, and Freeman, the ministry worker, all community members who have decided to take action in decreasing the overdose rate in Huntington. While this documentary could have definitely included more footage from an addict's perspective and also covered the services the drug court provides to help an addict recover, it is still beneficial in the perspective that it shows that there is hope for these people to become clean. For any viewer, this documentary provides awareness to those who have been unaware of how opioid abuse is becoming a big issue and needs to be faced. These 3 women help us understand that it takes compassion and perseverance to help addicts get back on the right track before it's too late. A review written in the Los Angeles Times by Jeffrey Fleischman states, Rader, Keller, and Freeman are compassionate but not naive about the addiction, lies, and recidivism and wrecked lives they encounter. I really like the appraisal that Fleischman gives these women because I agree that they truly are real-life heroines, and this documentary gives them the proper limelight to keep them motivated to continue aiding addicts to recovery.
Alright everyone, so to conclude this review, Chloe and I would like to say that overall this review is well written and gives a very positive message to its audience.
Even though this documentary could be improved, the main purpose behind it is very empowering and spreads hopefulness to anyone else who may be suffering from drug addiction. The 3 women of this film are powerful and courageous examples of members of a community who are taking action to help make a change.
It is worthwhile to watch this documentary, and it will truly open your perspective to issues that face our society today. Hopefully, this issue can be taken more seriously, and drug overdoses can begin to decrease nationwide.
Thank you for watching, and please check out Heroin on Netflix.